Opinions are divided as there are at least 5 controversial updates to the 2026 Mazda CX-5 we'll explain in detail today. Mazda finally redesigned its bestseller, but for now things look quite polarizing when we consider some of the manufacturer's key decisions. Let's check them out. Number 5. Massive infotainment screen. For years, Mazda has built its reputation on conservative, elegant dashboard designs that prioritize driving experience over flashy technology. The 2026 CX-5 is throwing that philosophy out the window with an available 15.6-inch touchscreen, the largest display Mazda has ever installed in any vehicle. This represents a fundamental shift that's dividing the Mazda community. Traditional CX-5 buyers have always appreciated the brand's restraint when it comes to technology integration. Previous generations featured thoughtfully sized screens that complemented rather than dominated the cabin space. The new massive display, however, transforms the entire dashboard into what critics are calling a tablet-on-wheels approach. What makes this change particularly controversial is the complete elimination of physical controls. The familiar rotary knob that controlled the infotainment system, a feature many drivers praised for its intuitive operation while driving, has been removed entirely. Instead, drivers will be forced to navigate through touch-only controls, even for basic functions like climate adjustment and audio volume. Mazda's decision to adopt Google built-in software adds another layer of concern. While the system promises seamless integration with Google Maps and Google Assistant, it represents a move away from Mazda's traditionally simple, driver-focused interface design. Longtime owners who valued the brand's approach to keeping technology secondary to the driving experience are expressing disappointment with this dramatic departure from established principles. The removal of physical climate controls is particularly problematic for daily usability. Previous CX-5 models allowed drivers to adjust temperature and fan speed without taking their eyes off the road, thanks to tactile knobs and buttons. Now, these functions will require multiple screen taps and visual attention that could compromise safety during driving. This change seems to prioritize visual aesthetics over practical functionality, a trade-off that many Mazda loyalists find deeply troubling. Number 4. Interior quality. The Mazda CX-5 has consistently earned praise for exceptional interior quality, with attention to detail that often rivals luxury brands. However, early reports about the 2026 model reveal some concerning compromises that have quality-conscious buyers raising eyebrows. The most glaring issue centers on the completely redesigned steering wheel. Multiple automotive journalists and industry insiders are describing the new wheel as cheap-looking compared to its predecessor. The flatter airbag cover and streamlined button layout, while modern in appearance, reportedly feel less substantial in hand. This represents a significant departure from the premium feel that current CX-5 owners have come to expect. The texture and grain of the new steering wheel materials are receiving particularly harsh criticism. Where the previous generation featured rich, tactile surfaces that felt expensive to the touch, the 2026 model's wheel reportedly has a more plasticky feel that undermines the premium cabin experience. Given that the steering wheel is one of the primary touch points between driver and vehicle, this quality reduction is especially noticeable and disappointing. Other interior details are also raising questions about Mazda's commitment to quality. While the company has introduced new dual-tone color schemes and updated materials, some elements that previously showcased the brand's attention to detail appear to have been simplified or cheapened. The transition from analog gauges to a fully digital instrument cluster, while technologically advanced, has some questioning whether the new setup maintains the visual quality and easy readability of the outgoing design. These changes are particularly concerning because interior quality has been one of the CX-5's strongest selling points against competitors. Buyers who have chosen Mazda specifically for its premium feel at mainstream prices are wondering whether the brand is sacrificing quality in pursuit of cost savings or mass market appeal. Number 3. Styling loses a bit of its signature charm. The previous generation CX-5 has aged remarkably well, remaining one of the best-looking vehicles in the competitive compact SUV segment even after several years on the market. Unfortunately, the 2026 redesign appears to have lost some of that timeless appeal that made the outgoing models so attractive. While the changes are evolutionary rather than revolutionary, something indefinable about the new design just doesn't capture the same visual magic. The updated LED headlights are slimmer and more contemporary, and the glossy black trim around the grille and wheel arches adds a modern touch. However, many longtime fans are reporting that the new design lacks the distinctive character that made the previous CX-5 stand out in parking lots. The front-end changes, while technically more modern, seem to have diluted the CX-5's unique personality. The previous generation's grille and headlight combination created a distinctive expression that was instantly recognizable as a Mazda. The 2026 model's front fascia, despite being wider and more sculpted according to Mazda, appears more generic and less emotionally engaging. This shift toward a more mainstream appearance contradicts Mazda's historical strength in creating creating vehicles with strong visual identity. The rear end changes are particularly divisive. Mazda has replaced the traditional logo with Mazda lettering stretched across the tailgate, following the design language of the larger CX-70 and CX-90 models. While this creates consistency across the lineup, it removes some of the unique identity that the CX-5 had established over the years. Perhaps most concerning is that the design changes don't seem to serve any functional purpose. The 2026 model is larger overall, 4.5 inches longer with a 3-inch wheelbase increase, but the styling updates don't necessarily make the vehicle look more substantial or sophisticated. Instead, some observers note that the new design appears to be following trends rather than setting them, departure from Mazda's history of creating distinctively beautiful vehicles that age gracefully. Number 2. Single powertrain option. For the 2026 model year launch, Mazda is making the controversial decision to offer only the naturally aspirated 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, the exact same powertrain that's been available for years. This means no turbocharged option, no performance variant, and no immediate hybrid alternative. This decision is generating significant backlash among driving enthusiasts who have long appreciated Mazda's commitment to offering engaging powertrains. The outgoing generation CX-5 offers a turbocharged 2.5-liter option that delivers significantly more torque and a more responsive driving experience. By eliminating this choice, even temporarily, Mazda appears to be abandoning its driver's car reputation in the mainstream SUV segment. The naturally aspirated 2.5-liter engine, while reliable, produces only 187 horsepower and 185 pound-feet of torque, figures that were competitive several years ago but now feel inadequate compared to modern rivals. When paired with the 6-speed automatic transmission, the powertrain delivers acceleration to 60 miles per hour that takes well over 8 seconds, which puts it at a distinct disadvantage in showroom comparisons with more powerful competitors. The timing of this decision is particularly puzzling given the competitive landscape. Rivals like the Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, and Nissan Rogue all offer multiple powertrain options, including hybrid variants that deliver both performance and efficiency benefits. Mazda's decision to launch with only the base engine puts the CX-5 at an immediate disadvantage in showroom comparisons. What makes this situation even more frustrating for enthusiasts is the uncertainty surrounding future powertrain options. While Mazda has confirmed that a hybrid system is in development for the 2027 model year, officials have been notably silent about whether the turbocharged 2.5-liter will return. This silence is fueling speculation that Mazda might be permanently moving away from performance-oriented variants. Number 1. Transmission. The most controversial aspect of the 2026 CX-5 might be Mazda's decision to retain the aging 6-speed automatic transmission when virtually every competitor has moved to 8, 9, or even 10-speed units. In an era where transmission technology directly impacts both performance and fuel efficiency, this choice feels surprisingly outdated for a completely redesigned vehicle. Modern transmissions with more gear ratios provide several advantages that the CX-5 will be missing. Additional gears allow engines to operate in their optimal efficiency ranges more often, improving fuel economy. They also provide better performance by keeping the engine in its power band during acceleration and offering more precise control during highway cruising. Mazda's defense of this decision centers on reliability arguments. The 6-speed automatic has indeed proven incredibly durable over its long service life, with minimal reported issues compared to some newer, more complex transmissions from other manufacturers. However, this reliability-first approach comes at the cost of competitiveness in key performance and efficiency metrics. The decision becomes even more questionable when considering the transmission's impact on the hybrid system that's coming in 2027. Most modern hybrid systems work more effectively with transmissions that offer more gear ratios, allowing for better coordination between electric motors and gasoline engines. By sticking with the 6-speed unit, Mazda might be limiting the effectiveness of its future electrified powertrain before it even arrives. This transmission choice also sends a concerning message about Mazda's development priorities. While other automakers are investing heavily in advanced transmission technology to improve efficiency and performance, Mazda appears to be prioritizing cost control and proven reliability over innovation and competitiveness. Industry analysts are questioning whether this conservative approach will serve Mazda well in an increasingly competitive market where consumers expect continuous technological advancement. The combination of an aging engine with an outdated transmission suggests that Mazda might be falling behind the innovation curve at precisely the moment when the compact SUV segment is becoming more competitive than ever. Key rivals are getting important updates for the next year. Check out this video about the 2026 Subaru Forester, which you can now see on the screen. One of the segment's most versatile models is getting further upgrades and updates, and is getting even more competitive than before.